Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. This is your boy, the coach from the WWE. I would like to welcome you to the very first wrestling podcast in the world to take you on a weekly deep dive into classic matches along with legends of the squared circle. Enjoy the discussion. Enjoy the back and forth. There's so much to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Payoff.
Welcome to an all-new episode of The Payoff. I'm Tom. That's Jeff. EC Dub. All right. You got an ECW match. You know that makes me happy. And,
of course.
Man, I know this isn't like old school ECW, but this has to be one of the best matches in ECW history.
Yeah, the tape's not grainy enough here for it to be an old ECW match. And yeah, it's been a while since we've covered one. And so we were definitely long overdue. I was looking back at it. We haven't covered one since back in January, actually, when we did Shane Douglas and Taz. And so it's been a while since we've done one. We are definitely due. And if you're going to cover an ECW match, we still have a lot of the old school matches as well too, of course taking place this one was in Hammerstein Ballroom, but of course at the ECW arena. We got a lot more to cover with those, but this is one that like you said last week, this is one of your favorites. There's so much that happened around this one, like the crowd. We're gonna have to make sure to pipe the crowd in a little bit on this one, and talk about it because it's just absolutely insane. Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to covering this one, and it was the timing of this thing, the way everything played out, the bringing back of ECW, Van Dam being hot. I mean, there's just so much here to like, and it's kind of a shame what happened afterwards. But this actual match, I've often said that if there's a show I could go back to, this would probably be in my top 5, either of these one night stands. Like if I could just be in an arena for a show that has previously happened, this would be up there. WrestleMania 3 would be up there. There's some shows that really stick out. So, all right.
Yeah.
You ready to jump into this one?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, let's get into the build.
Oh, it's time for the build.
All right. Hammerstein Ballroom, 2460 in attendance, buy rate of 304,000, which, that's why Vince had no choice with this ECW stuff. The success of the first show, the success of the ECW DVD, there was no choice but to somehow try to monetize this brand. Now, the mistake that was made is Shane McMahon was correct. This should have been brought back as an online show. It should have been kept underground. It shouldn't have been WWE'd and mainstreamed. That was the mistake that was made. If this would have stayed like it was, it could have really been something fun. So June 11th, 2006, we start off with Taz defeating Jerry Lawler in 35 seconds. That's fun. Kurt Angle is going to defeat Randy Orton in 15 minutes. I guess Kurt Angle's the ECW guy in that equation. The FBI is going to defeat Tajiri and Super Crazy in a 12-minute tag team match. This one was a head scratcher. Rey Mysterio and Sabu ended in a no contest. And if you remember correctly, that's the one where, it was a good move, but it wasn't something that these guys would just stop. And I guess it was a way of protecting Sabu, but why not have a clean finish? That was odd. Edge, Mick Foley, and Lita are going to defeat Terry Funk, Tommy Dreamer, and Beulah in an 18-minute hardcore match. I got to tell you, I had no recollection of Terry Funk wrestling on this show. That was surprising. That'd actually be an interesting match for us to go cover. Balls Mahoney is going to defeat Masato Tanaka in a 5-minute Extreme Rules match. There were probably about 85 chair shots to the head in those 5 minutes. And then our main event, man, the reason we're here, RVD and Cena which I'm so excited to cover. How do we get to this match?
Yeah, so this was one, like I said, there was just so much that was kind of swirling around this one when it finally took place. And so let's look at this. WWE is fully behind Cena. He's the face of the company. There's really no other top guy. Like, he is the guy. On the flip side, like you said, with WWE reintroducing ECW as a brand, how they did it, we can forever question that. But really what the biggest kind of crutch here is that the ECW fans at this time and forever, they just hate WWE. There's no love there. Like that, it is not like you said, the mainstream nature of it. It is just not something that they're willing to tolerate. And Cena there's nobody more WWE than Cena at this point. And so, but RVD on the flip side is that he's like probably one of the few guys that can be a WWE superstar, but then also, still connect with the ECW fans. Partially because he does and was one of the true ECW originals. And so, the getting to this match though is a little interesting, and we know Money in the Bank. Like, usually I feel like if there's a Money in the Bank show, there's probably going to be at least one cash in that night. Like, it's hard for them to drag that on for very far. But this was an interesting one because RVD won the Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania 22, just a little bit before this show, or a month or two before this show. He then, instead of cashing in at that time, he said that I'm going to cash in at One Night Stand. And so it guarantees that you're going to have Cena and RVD in an ECW kind of home game. And then it kind of RVD can prepare. He's confident. It's not like I'm going to run into this and I'm going to kick his ass with a frog splash. Like, I'm going to make sure that we can do this. And so much of it leaned on Cena as the WWE fan or WWE champion. And so you got the hometown hero RVD, you've got Cena invading as the champ. And so, and the biggest thing is they let it breathe is the best way to put it. And so like they knew what they were going to get when they went into this one. And so having that happen, like it's just, you know what, we know this is going to be crazy. We know it's going to be wild. Let's just let it play out that way. Yep.
Love it. Love it. Love it. This is, it's funny because I feel like Vince was more likely to pivot than this current regime is on stuff like this, right? And you think of like when Hogan came back and won the title, you think of like this moment, there's others like it, but they were open to doing this more than I just don't feel like we get a lot of this now.
No.
So I don't know, just my observation. All right. You ready to cover this one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. We have 30 minutes left in One Night Stand 2006. We're watching on Netflix. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It's time for the payoff.
Oh, it's time for the payoff.
Cena just playing it perfectly, not being cheesy. He's in there looking for a fight. If Cena wins, we riot, the greatest wrestling sign of all time?
Yeah, I made sure that we could, see that. We'll see it a bunch during this one, but yeah, at this point, like, what is more synonymous? Like, it came back up, when Cena was retiring. Like, you can tell even Rob Van Dam looks like he's about to have a good time. Like,
I mean, have you ever seen
there's the zoom in. Yeah.
Have you ever seen an entrance where just every fan is just flipping off the wrestler, who, by the way, is a babyface?
Yeah. Is he getting booed right now? I'm curious.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see when Joey Styles announces them.
Introducing first, the
Or no, it's not
challenger,
Styles.
weighing in at 235 pounds from Battle Creek, Michigan,
looking great.
He's such a great wrestler. I love Rob Van Dam. Yep.
And, RVD was the perfect guy because he was an ECW guy, but he also was probably the one that fit the WWE the best, just in terms of in-ring ability. And there you go.
From West Newbury, Massachusetts, and representing Raw, WWE Champion John Cena.
They throw the shirt back?
Yep.
Had to. Or they will.
John Cena threw that hat to the audience, and they threw it right back. That's what it's all about, the title.
God, listen to him.
And they're telling him to throw their shirt back.
Yeah, he drew back.
So what would that hat and that shirt be worth on eBay right now?
ECW faithful. Well,
Probably should have held on to that shirt, right?
I would have left the building. Like,
maybe his head.
Well, think about it. Okay, so you get that shirt, okay, and obviously it can be verified that that's the shirt.
Yep.
You go to a signing and get him to sign that shirt.
Yep.
You put it in a frame. What's it worth?
Oh, yeah. Wrestling memorabilia is weird.
I have no idea. I don't know. 25 grand?
It probably. You figure started at 15. He's now, I think we're on the 6th row into the crowd. You just see him like gunning for it. Like it's coming back. Yep.
I don't know how many of these matches we've covered. I put up a top 10. So this match is not on the list because it's like new ECW, but like, original ECW. Did we ever cover Mikey Whipwreck and Steve Austin?
I think we actually have it on the list. I was looking at.
Okay, that's ranked number 1. Their ECW. I think it was a title match, but
we did actually a long time ago. November to Remember.
That?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Taz and Sabu at Barely Legal, RVD and Jerry Lynn at Living Dangerously 99. There's some fun ones on here. I know we've covered a few of these matches already. I think this match, I don't know. I mean, we'll watch it. We'll form an opinion here, but this might be the best match in ECW history.
Yep.
Yeah. Just places just going nuts. I mean, look,
crowd chanting. Yeah.
By the way, those ours.
Rob Van Dam just soaking it up.
Yeah.
Like just
so good.
Well, and so here's a question for you. Cena was the top guy at this point. Is there any other wrestler that could have walked into that building and survived? Like the crowd, the atmosphere, like who else could have gone in there and performed like Cena?
Not many.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so put The Rock in that situation.
Right.
I feel like his feelings would have been hurt.
Yeah.
Put Hogan in that situation. I don't know, man. I think a lot of guys, 2020 hindsight, it's easy, but like in that moment, I mean, I don't know if they were expecting it to be, this is unlike anything you've ever experienced. Plus, Cena has to work heel now.
Yeah.
It's not, you're the big babyface champion and you got to all of a sudden be a heel after really, barely ever being a heel. So I don't know. It's a great question.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking like Kurt Angle. I don't know if he could. I'm looking at the PWI for 2006. Like John Cena was 1, Kurt Angle number 2. I don't think he could have played the heel on this one.
Well, and he's playing it perfectly.
Right. Edge. I don't think there's any way Edge could have survived it. And so he was in the title picture too, but I don't think he could have. Brock. Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe Michaels. I think Michaels probably could have walked in there and been okay.
Michaels would have just shifted into 97 Michaels and just been a complete heel.
Yeah, and that would have been fine. Yeah.
But the problem with him is ECW fans might love him.
Right. Yeah.
So it takes the right one that's not like, I mean, that actually is just like, I can't stand this guy. I can't stand his shtick, right? I mean, like they'd respect Angle for like the way he could work. I mean, they'd probably hate like a Randy Orton as well.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, Rob Van Dam soaking it up on the ropes. Cena's on the outside. Everyone, not a single person sitting. Yep.
I could see them giving a lot of shit to, what's his name too? Who else did I have in mind? Oh, Triple H. I feel like they would eviscerate him.
Yeah. Yeah. I see like Jeff Jarrett's on the list too. Like like Jarrett's just not that guy for that role. So I don't think that could have worked. Yeah. It was the perfect storm here. Van Dam was taking him on.
Let me get your feelings on something. So I saw some stuff recently. MJF did some podcasts and some like press conference, type stuff, right? Media calls, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And he was like mostly like in character. I feel like he would be such a better heel, and so many others. I'm not just picking on him, if they just stayed in character. And I mean, obviously the most famous example is The Undertaker, right? He stayed in character his entire career. He didn't do, but, and maybe that doesn't work in this day and age. And maybe that was just, different because it was a supernatural character. Okay. I get all that. But my most recent example would be like JBL. Okay. Everyone thought he was such an asshole.
Yep.
And he never deviated from it until after he was long retired. And I just feel like MJF could be such a better star. I won't even say bigger star, but better star if like you didn't know that like it was all an act. Because we do know it's an act. What do you think about this? Am I right that like his career would be better served if he just never ever broke character? Like didn't apologize for some of the stuff he said. Like I mean I'm just saying like totally like played it up where it's like this guy is just a real asshole.
Yeah, and he did it for a while. Like that was, especially in the early days of AEW, like that was in interviews and meeting fans, all that stuff. Like he was in character 100% of the time. And so, yeah, I think part of it is it's just a hard industry like now to do that and kind of have that. We know social media just doesn't allow it. But at the same time, like his shtick, you could do it. Like there's just being an asshole to everybody works. And so at this point, too, like I look at the flip side of this coin, like at this point, I don't feel like Danhausen ever takes the makeup off. I see him on First Take. I see him on random local news channels cursing the Knicks and like
example
or the Cavaliers, like all this cursing the Cavaliers. Excuse me. It's like all this different stuff of like you can, and I mean, God, like look at how over in the short amount of time, like and how quickly we forget he was booed out of the building when he was revealed to be in that box.
Yep.
And now he's the number 2 merch seller in all of WWE behind like Roman or whoever. Like what? Like it's just crazy. And so, but it shows like you that real world persona, like not even persona, but having that blending and being like that real world kind of interaction, it works. And so, and you can get over that way. And like, it's weird because like, I feel like the Becky Lynch stuff, like she's trying it to be like the Trump type, all caps on her Twitter and it's just not going over like, it should, or could. Like I get what she's trying to do, but then it really just has to be a perfect storm on some of this sometimes.
Yeah. Totally agreed with you there. What do you think of Mick Foley in AEW?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, people were so upset. Like, why? Oh, like you are, how could you do this? You're brand loyal. Like, you've been WWE forever. Like, no, he hasn't. And then, like, all this other stuff. Like, I'm just like, you know what? Like, good for him. Like, get your bag. Like, go out, and he could be an on-screen persona. I haven't seen paying enough attention to, like, I know he was trying to lose weight. I know he was trying to take better care of himself. Like, shout out to Marty Jannetty. Sorry to hear about what happened there too, and losing his foot. And so, we're thinking about him. But anyways, on the flip side here, I just feel like it's great. Good for him. I acknowledge it and I move on. Like, that's it. It'd be cool. Who knows what they'll use him for?
Yeah.
How about you? Got strong feelings one way or the other? Do you care?
No, I get paid. I will tell you, I'd be shocked if he didn't get in the ring one more time, though. He's going to end up wrestling for them.
Yeah. No, I think so too.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
He'll be involved. It could be like a Sting type involvement. I could see him working to get some younger guys over. Yep.
Yeah. We'll see.
Rob Van Dam, huge drop kick there with the chair.
Just skateboard into the face of the WWE champion.
I mean, they're all standing.
Still, they haven't said.
This is just such a great environment.
And again, the resiliency and the toughness, the intestinal fortitude of Cena to hang on and kick out. Amazing resilience being shown by the WWE champion. Van Dam again with a corkscrew leg drop. Oh boy. Cena's in trouble, man. This isn't good for Cena. Watch out.
So good. So good.
Van Dam just moves so well.
Oh, yeah. So smooth. Did you end up watching the Rousey fight?
Yeah, I had my stopwatch out and everything. I was enjoying, I watched all 18 seconds of it. Like, you and I knew what it was going to be. Like, it's just, we're not surprised. I think Carano could have had a chance if, like she said, she didn't drop 100 pounds to get ready for that fight. And I think that, if she was at like a fighting weight from before, but hey, they got their bags. Like, they got paid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't understand the appeal of these, let's come back after we're long, had our run, these weird boxing like Jake Paul beating up people that haven't boxed in 5 years. I don't care. 10 years, like, whatever. Like, Ronda Rousey, like, she said, oh, no, I'm going to go. I got paid. Now I'm going to just go have more kids. It's like, okay, fine. Like, I didn't need this fight. It seemed like her and Dana White cleared some things up, if the behind the scenes were to be believed, or he texted her or something like that morning just to kind of, say good luck, whatever it was. But I was not excited about it. And I watched it the next morning and, I barely even had time. My toast was still in the toaster and the fight was over.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're just, so here's a question for you, right? So like we've done this now, I don't know, 10 times with like the older washed up people that were big names coming back. Has anything been at all interesting?
No.
Right? I mean, there wasn't a minute of Tyson Paul that was interesting. I can't even remember some of the other ones, but it's like, they're not good. I mean, they're not horrible. They do the best they can with the bells and whistles, but it's just not interesting.
Okay. So like, shit, how can I want that payday? Like, like I'll let it, that's what it boils down to. I don't know if it's some weird tax thing that we're just not aware of and all of a sudden they're getting paid. Like, I get it's a room of execs and nostalgia in WWE. We have no room to talk. And like, it's a nostalgia thing. Like, but shit, like, there's just the amount of money that's getting thrown at them. Like, it was over it was like 3.2 million total between just the fighters. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
it was like crazy. Rousey got 2 and the other one got 1.2 or something.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and so I'll watch it because it's on Netflix. So great, but also like you and I talked about this for certain WWE shows. Like, if we had paid for, they say like night 1 of WrestleMania, we would have been pissed. If we paid for night 2, I would have been happy. But that would have been $120 back in the day. That, were you getting $120 worth of value? Nope, you were not. And so, I mean, you did go into the show. It's a different experience, and had your son with you. And so, but anymore, like that math just doesn't math right. And so, and it's only a matter of time. I figure in another 12 months, it's going to move home again, and who knows what'll happen. But yeah, it's just crazy. You get the asshole chant going here. I have the closed captions on, which is kind of funny. So I just see all this like asshole, asshole, asshole at the bottom of the screen. It's funny.
Yeah.
Still not sitting. Nobody.
Incredible. Did you catch the thing where Mark Shapiro, I guess, said that UFC wasn't interested in Rousey, but then Meltzer and others were like, well, that's not true. I mean, I guess here's my thing, right? Like, and this isn't just that situation. It's not even just wrestling. Like, I don't know why people in the media get so angry or offended when they're lied to.
Yeah.
Like what is he supposed to say? We spoke to Ronda a few times. We really wanted the fight. We are disappointed that Netflix put together a more compelling package and outbid us. Why does he owe? This isn't like your local congressman, right? Like, I don't think he like owes you the truth. Like, I don't know. I just find it so interesting when it's like, well, that's not what happened. Okay. Tony Khan's lied about AEW being profitable before. Get angry at that.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know what the big deal is. People lie all the time. And I think the bigger thing is like, you're a moron for believing them other times. It's just like, why does Meltzer and the dirt sheets, why do they get things wrong so often? Well, because people bullshit them and they go, oh, I mean, I know it's a small example, but like, Phoenix just did this deal with WWE, TKO. They're going to bring, bull riding, UFC, WWE, all to the Phoenix area. So Brian Alvarez said it's for a Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble, and a Saturday Night's Main Event. And then you know what he said 4 or 5 days later? That's not true. My source was wrong. Well, that's a nice way of saying your report was wrong. So your source lied to you and made something up that clearly they weren't privy to or accurate on, and you ran with it. So it's just like, I don't know. I just find it interesting. I don't know why people get so upset. Maybe you're an idiot for believing what you believe, right? Like, these guys, like, they don't owe you the truth. They're gonna do whatever protects their business interests. I mean, what do you, Jeff? 32 teams make a first round pick in the NFL draft. You know what they all say? That's the guy we wanted. We couldn't believe he dropped to us. That was our choice. It's all bullshit. But these journalists are too stupid to realize it because they're all a bunch of fanboys. So they're like, oh, we got our left tackle of the future. No, you didn't. You wanted the wide receiver that went one pick above him. Right. And you had to scramble to make that pick. But you think the GM's going to say that? Of course they're not. Everyone's full of shit. Like, acting shocked about it, it just shows you what an idiot you are.
Think of how it operates with like how Meltzer gets his information. Are people really calling him, texting him, messaging him multiple times a week? Well, I heard like, this behind the scenes, like nobody is giving him that much information. And if they were, WWE could snuff it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like all you do, you fucking Tyrion Lannister put out misinformation, see what gets out, and then there's your leak. But then also, like, he's just he's like so many other of those journalists. Like some of them might get a story like to be like a Schefter. I think Sean Ross sometimes gets some of that. I think Fightful gets some of it sometimes. But for 99% of it, it's just like you and me armchairing some of this and, putting it out there. I know that one of the tactics is you and I could put today, like John Cena will make a return in January, February, March, April, and you make 12 posts and then you delete all of the other posts that, he comes back next September and all of a sudden we knew what the inside scoop was 18 months ago. Like, it's just not, it's not reality. In like true journalism, like you have to have sources. You have to like it's just, it's not a thing.
Yep.
That is a SmackDown ref, it looks like.
Yes, we got a SmackDown ref that came in. Cena can't believe you didn't finish him off. Hit him with the ring steps.
I thought it was Shane for a minute there. It is not, but still.
Nick Patrick. Yeah, I don't know.
Here we go. If you coming up, Rob Van Dam holding on for dear life. Oh, watch out! Oh my God! Wow.
Uh-oh.
What the hell is that? What's that? What the hell? Who is that? Wait a minute.
A masked assailant in a helmet.
It's Edge! Edge! That's the #1 contender for Cena's. Wait a minute, Edge!
They're chanting, "Thank you, Edge."
How quickly the wrestling fans,
Yeah.
the turntables turn. Like that's just, how it goes.
He's walking out.
Come on, Rob, go with Rob Hill! Capitalize! We'll take it! Go, Rob! Don't be proud, Rob! Go for it!
Yep. So Edge, like they said, was #1 contender. He'd been involved with Cena and having a little bit here.
Van Dam up top! We need a ref out of go!
Van Dam does that move so well. A huge frog splash. He had to 90-degree turn himself too to hit him right.
Come on, ref! Get up, Patrick! Get him up! Wake him up, Rob! We need a... Hey, man, what the... Cover! What the hell? Yeah, I guess!
Still counts.
There you go.
I thought we just saw him. Rob Van Dam just pinned the winner and new ECW champion, Rob Van Dam. All right. Oh my God! I can't believe it. I can't.
There you go, man. What a great finish.
Crazy.
The only thing I'd critique there is I think there's a little bit of confusion, like, is this really real type thing, versus like if a ref had done it, then it would have felt a little bit more legitimate. But I think that, that was probably the trade-off, is like, if Vince is gonna let Cena lose, it's gotta be pretty screwy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The Big Show's in the ring now.
All right, there we go. We'll keep an eye on it, but let's get into the aftermath.
Ho! It's time for the aftermath.
What'd you think?
Just so good. I had forgotten a lot of it. Like, it was worth it. I got Van Dam up in the crowd now, way up in the balcony, heading up that way. Like, yeah, just really, really good. No place being as good as it was, but it was fantastic.
Well, I guess it's his girlfriend at the time, or just a fan. I don't know.
Just a yep. I'm sure he flashed everybody at one point. Who knows? Yep. So yep. Good stuff. So
yeah.
Okay. So this one is just the crowd itself. You got a lot of the ECW originals out in the ring at this point. I saw Dreamer, Raven, a couple others. Just partying. And that's what it's all about at this point. And so, yeah, you got to, it's that hostile audience playing to it and making it work, not just in like a weird segment, but a match that went this long. This was really the peak of RVD in his career and what he did. And so, one of the questions I heard was this a good match because of the wrestling, or was it a good match because of the atmosphere? I would argue both. Like they wrestled hard. It was not a bad wrestling match by any means. It was good. And so Rob Van Dam was WWE champion and ECW shortly after when the ECW title was revived. But unfortunately, he was arrested, and so he ended up dropping the titles pretty quick. And so, unfortunately, how that happened. But Cena, even though he lost, he was still the top guy. It's still polarizing that, Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Like forever, that will be the case. And so, but Edge, that little bit of interference keeps him tied to everything. And so, Cena moved on to other stuff. Like we said, RVD kind of cut short, but it all worked out. That's really what it kind of boils down to. So Cena was number 1 in 2006 in the PWI. Rob Van Dam was 18.
You got everyone in the ring now. Look at that.
This ECW is extreme. It's real. It's happening. It's happened, I should say. Rob Van Dam is the new champ.
Ah, man, it's a shame they screwed this up.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Cena was 1, Van Dam was 18. This one, I forgot to even say what the Meltzer Stars was on this one, but I'll pull it up real quick. If it loads. This one was given 3.25 stars. So what are you thinking on this one?
Man, I'll give this. I'll give it a 9.5.
Okay. Wow.
Man, this is about as good as pro wrestling gets. Between the match, the atmosphere, the fact that this thing was dead. I mean, it's pretty close to perfect, man. It's pretty incredible. What'd you think?
I'll give it a 9. I don't know how it could be better. Maybe it's been a while, so I might even bump it up to a 10 and just say everything about it is right. I think that's why I went from a 9 to a 10 at this point, because how do you improve it? You don't. Maybe no Edge interference, but I mean, it's WWE. So, but also it was so quick and unforgettable that who cares? And so, that's why we are where we are. And I think it's worth it. Yep.
Love it.
Cool.
You picked a good one, my friend.
That's fine. Yeah. Next week, we're going back to King of the Ring, though. 1998. It's been a while. We're doing a First Blood match, actually. Kane and Stone Cold Steve Austin, King of the Ring, 1998. And so, main event on this one. Don't really remember it. And so we'll see what happens, though.
Love it. That was a famous night. So,
yep,
I'm excited. I'm excited about that one. All right.
Yeah, should be great.
We did some good work here today. Appreciate everyone listening. See you next week on an all new episode of The Payoff.